Good morning, dear students of HSC first year. Welcome to my online class. I am Amir Sadat, Assistant Professor of English. Still, we can't open our educational institution for this pandemic situation, and we hope that very soon we will open our educational institution and we will return to our green, clean and glorious Rajshahi College campus. Today, I will deliver a lecture on Unit-09, Lesson 4, and the title of the unit is Diaspora, and the title of the lesson is Bangladeshi Community in the UK. So, how Bangladeshi community now stays in UK, let's discuss. Migration from Bangladesh to Britain started in 1930s and was predominantly a Sileti phenomenon. Men of this particular geographical area employed by the British ship companies first started the process of migration. These men were largely illiterate and belonged to the landless peasantry. After the World War II, due to labor shortages, British government encouraged labor migration from its former colonies. And the post-war British economy demanded cheap and plentiful labor, much of which was recruited from South Asia. And since Sylhet had already forged a strong link with the UK, and most new labor was drawn from there. Sylhetis based in the UK helped each other to integrate into the new society, and by providing credit, by arranging documents and gradually spreading the network. During the 1950s, the numbers increased dramatically. And however, along with the people from poorer backgrounds, a small number of urban and middle-class Bangladeshis also migrated even before the World War II for higher education and settled in the UK. Now, we will discuss the text thoroughly, and I have made some slide presentation, I have made some MCQ question, I have made some clause test with clues, clause test without clues for practice, and after that I have made some short questions for you. And you know that your exam is now knocking at the door. From 17th February, your exam will start, and this exam will be held on online process through Google Classroom. And the total duration of the exam will be 2.5 hours. So, be prepared for the coming exam. You have no time to waste. Now, let's go to the slide presentation and enjoy today's class. Okay, dear students, today we will discuss Unit 9 Lesson 4. But before going to start discussion from text, let's have a look on today's class outline. Today I will discuss Lesson 4, and the title of the lesson is the Bangladeshi Community in the UK. After that, I have made a summary of the passage. Then I have made a vocabulary for you, which will help you to understand the passage, and you know that you have to make a rich and strong vocabulary. Then choose the best answer for practice. Then choose the clause test with clues for practice, and this clause test I have selected from non-textual passage. Then clause test without clues, it is also for practice, and this clause test without clues I have made from out of text, that is non-textual clause test. And after that I have made some open-ended questions for you. Now this is Unit 9, and the title of the unit is Diaspora, and Lesson 4, the title of the lesson is Bangladeshi Community in the UK. Let's start the text. Bangladeshi Community in the UK. Migration from Bangladesh to Britain started in 1930s and was predominantly a Sileti phenomenon. Men of this particular geographical area employed by the British ship companies first started the process of migration. These men were largely illiterate and belonged to the landless peasantry. After the World War II, due to labor shortages, British government encouraged labor migration from its former colonies. The post-war British economy demanded cheap and plentiful labor, much of which was recruited from South Asia. Since Sylhet had already forged a strong link with the UK, most new labor was drawn from there. Sylhetis based in the UK helped each other to integrate into the new society by providing credit, arranging documents, and gradually spreading the network. And you see that it's just like Bangladesh. In UK, there is a Society of Bangladesh, and if you go UK, then you will feel the community of Bangladesh in UK. During the 1950s, the numbers increased dramatically. However, along with people from poorer backgrounds, a small number of urban, upper and middle class Bangladeshis also migrated even before the World War II for higher education and settled in the UK. And here is a picture from your text. A lot of Bangladeshis now is staying in UK, and they have built a strong community in UK. According to the 2001 census, 2,83,063 Bangladeshis lived in the UK, which is 0.5% of the total population. In Britain, they are primarily concentrated in Greater London, and the third generation of Bangladeshi population, those born and bred in Britain, constitute half of the community. And there is a beautiful phrase, born and bred. And a lot of Bangladeshi population now stays in London, and they are Bangladeshi, and they got the passport of UK. The largest Bangladeshi population outside London is located in Oldham. I repeat the line, the largest Bangladeshi population outside London is located in Oldham, and the others are scattered across Birmingham, Luton and Bradford. So these are the areas where Bangladeshi stays and where Bangladeshi population have made a strong community. British Bangladeshis are predominantly Muslims. Studies reveal that the second and the third generation Bangladeshis seem to uphold their Muslim identity rather than their identity as Bangladeshi. Here you can see a picture of UK, and then however the absence of a strong tie does not mean that the Bangladeshi community is completely detached from their homeland. And I repeat the line, however the absence of a strong tie does not mean that the Bangladeshi community is completely detached from their homeland. In the era of globalization and social networking, like other diaspora communities, British Bangladeshis are also linked to their countries of origin by phone or by email or by internet and television. By the virtue of technological advancement, communication of news is rapid and sustained, which gives migrant communities a sense of belonging to multiple homes. In particular, the first generation of migrants continues to regard Bangladesh as central to their identity. So you know that a lot of Bangladeshi are now staying in UK, and now I have made a summary of the passage, and the summary is that migration from Bangladesh to Britain started in the 1930s, led mostly by the poor and illiterate Sylhetis. So first, the Sylheti of Bangladeshi started their journey to UK, and then they have built a strong community in UK. After the World War II, the British government decided to take cheap labor from South Asia, and the new laborers are mostly taken from Sylhet. The Sylhetis based in the UK helped each other in every way, and moreover, a small number of urban upper and middle class people migrated even before the World War II for higher education. The Bangladeshis living in Britain constitute 0.5% of the total population, and the majority of them live in Greater London, outside London, and the largest population live in Oldham, and the others are scattered in Birmingham, Luton, and Bradford. So these are the areas where Bangladeshis, Sylheti were staying, and the second and the third generation of Bangladeshis, constituting half of the Bangladeshi community, are likely to uphold their Muslim identity rather than their identity as the Bangladeshis. But the first generation of the Bangladeshis continues to regard Bangladesh as center to their identity. However, they are not detached from their homeland. Rather, they are linked with their country of origin by phone or by mail, internet, and television. And through this media, and as you know, that phone or email or internet or television, they take their link with Bangladesh. Now, dear learners, I have made a vocabulary for you. There are some words with Bengali meaning, with synonyms or meanings, and with antonyms also. Let's start. The first word is migration. Migration is a noun, and its Bengali meaning is Abhibashan, and its synonyms are movement from one country or place to another to live or work, or immigration, and its antonym is immigration. So there is a difference between immigration and immigration. Immigration starts with E-M-I-G-R-A-T-I-O-N, and immigration start with I-M-M-I-G-R-A-T-I-O-N. So there is a little difference between immigration and immigration. Then predominantly is an adverb, and its Bengali meaning is pradhanoto. Its synonyms are mainly, chiefly, principally, and its antonym is partially. Then phenomena. Phenomena is a noun, and its Bengali meaning is bishoy othoba ghotona, and its synonyms are matter, affair, thing, event, etc. Then particular. Particular is an adjective, and its Bengali meaning is nidrishto ba bishesh, and its synonyms are definite, special, specific, and its antonyms are general, common, etc. Now, geographical. Geographical is an adjective, and its Bengali meaning is bhaugolik, and its synonyms are geographic or of geography, and its antonym is magnetic. Then process. Process is a noun, and its Bengali meaning is prokriya, and its synonyms are system or method, and its antonym is inaction. Then largely. Largely is an adverb. Its Bengali meaning is byapok bhabe, and its synonyms are excessively or widely, and its antonym is limitedly. Here are some more words. First word is illiterate. Illiterate is an adjective, and its Bengali meaning is ashikkito. You know that illiterate means ashikkito, and its synonyms are unlettered or uneducated, and its antonyms are literate or educated. Then peasantry. Peasantry is a noun. Its Bengali meaning is krishak sampraday, and its synonyms are community of farmers. Community of farmers. Then shortage. Shortage is a noun, and its Bengali meaning is gharti, and its synonyms are scarcity, deficit, or lack, and its antonym are abundance or plenty. Now, encourage. Encourage is a verb, and its Bengali meaning is utshaho prodan kora, and its synonyms are inspire, embolden, and its antonyms are discourage or depress. Then, colony. Colony is a noun. Its Bengali meaning is upanibesh. Colony means upanibesh, and its synonyms are a country governed by people from another more powerful country. A very interesting meaning of the word colony. Colony means a country governed by people from another more powerful country, and its antonym is native land. Native land. Here are some more words. The first word is plentiful. Plentiful is an adjective, and its Bengali meaning is odhel ba prochur. Plentiful means odhel ba prochur, and its synonyms are immense or profuse. Immense or profuse, and its antonyms are scarce or little. Scarce or little. Then recruit. Recruit is a verb, and its Bengali meaning is niyog kora. Niyog kora, and its synonyms are hire, employ, or appoint. Hire, employ, or appoint, and its antonyms are sack or dismiss. Sack or dismiss. Then forge. Forge is a verb, and its Bengali meaning is গঠন করা. Forge means গঠন করা, and its synonyms are construct, build, make, frame, and its antonym is deform. Antonym is deform. Then link. Link is a noun. Link is a noun, and its Bengali meaning is সংযোগ বা সংযোগ ঘটানো, and its synonyms are junction, cohesion, connection. Junction, cohesion, or connection, and its antonyms are detachment. Detachment. Then integrate. Integrate is a verb, and its Bengali meaning is একীভূত করা. একীভূত করা, and its synonyms are combine or be combined to form a whole. Combine or be combined to form a whole, and its antonyms are separate or divide. Separate or divide. So there are a lot of words I have made for you as a vocabulary, and you have to make a strong and rich vocabulary. If you want to do a good mark, if you want to get a good mark in HSC exam, then you have to make a strong vocabulary. There are some more words. Here is provide. Provide means verb, and its Bengali meaning is dewa. Provide is a verb, and its Bengali meaning is dewa বা সরবরাহ করা, and its synonyms are give or accord or supply, and its antonyms are take. Antonym is take. Only one antonym. Then credit. Credit is a noun, and its Bengali meaning is ঋণ. ঋণ দেওয়া, ঋণ নেওয়া ইত্যাদি, and its synonyms are loan or trust, and antonyms are debit or cash. Debit or cash. Then document. You know that document is a noun, and its Bengali meaning is dolil. Document means dolil বা কাগজপত্র. Its synonyms are record or paper or certificate. Record or paper or certificate. Then detached. Detached is an adjective, and its Bengali meaning is আলাদা অথবা বিচ্ছিন্ন. Detached mean আলাদা অথবা বিচ্ছিন্ন, and its synonyms are separated, isolated, disconnected. Separated, isolated, and disconnected, and its antonyms are attached or connected. Attached or connected. Now, dear learners, we will start discussion on MCQ type of questions, that is, choose the correct answer from the alternatives. There will be 4 alternatives, and you have to choose the correct answer. Let's start. The first question is, the purpose of the author of this passage is. The purpose of the author of this passage is number 1, to show different types of diasporas. Option 2, to put up the ups and downs of British Bangladeshis. Option 3, to describe different features of British Bangladeshis. And option 4, to highlight the prospects of British Bangladeshis. I think the option 3 is the correct answer. To describe the different features of British Bangladeshis is the purpose of the author of this passage. Question B. Third generation usually means what? Third generation usually means what? Option 1, children. Option 2, great grandchildren. Option 3, many generations down to the line. And option 4, grandchildren. Here correct answer is option 2, great grandchildren. Great grandchildren. Now question C. People from Bangladesh who moved to the UK before the 1930s were mostly option 1, for setting up business and industry. Option 2, for study. Option 3, for marrying the white British. And option 4, for taking revenge against the British. So which will be the correct answer for question C? I think option 1 is the correct answer, for setting up business and industry. People from Bangladesh who moved to the UK before 1930s, they were mostly for setting up business and industry. Now question D. The British government needed option 1, expensive labor. Option 2, reasonable labor. Option 3, uneconomical labor. And option 4, upscale labor. I think option 2 is the correct answer, reasonable labor. The British government needed reasonable labor. Question E. A recent survey illustrates that gap Bangladeshis spend time on various purposes in the UK. So which will be the correct answer for this gap? Option 1, more than 3 lakh. Option 2, 1 million. Option 3, less than 3 lakh. And option 4, more than 1 billion. So which will be the correct answer? I think less than 3 lakh. Less than 3 lakh, option 3 is the correct answer. Now question F. Oldham, Birmingham and Bradford are the native oriented area, popular business oriented city, dwelling places of British Bangladeshis, or option 4, popular universities of the UK. And you know that option 3, dwelling places of British Bangladeshis, is the correct answer. So Oldham, Birmingham, Bradford are the dwelling places of British Bangladeshis. Now question G. We live in an era of option 1, social networking. Option 2, technological advancement. Option 3, globalization. And option 4, all the options. I think option 4 is the correct answer, all the options. We live in an era of social networking, technological advancement and globalization. Now question H. Dash seems not to forget their nationality as their root. So which will be the correct answer for the gap H? Option 1, fourth generation of migrants. Option 2, second generation of migrants. Option 3, first generation of migrants. And option 4, third generation of migrants. So which will be the correct answer for gap H? I think option 3, first generation of migrants seems not to forget their nationality as their root. Now question I. Which one is not a correct information? So very interesting question. Which one is not a correct information? Option 1, British Bangladeshis are still linked to their countries. Option 2, British Bangladeshis are mainly Muslims. Option 3, migrant communities possess multiple homes. Option 4, Bangladeshi population lives only in London in the UK. So which will be the correct answer
sorry, which is not the correct information. So option 4 is the correct answer. Bangladeshi population lives only in London in the UK. This is totally wrong. Now question J. When did the British government encourage labor migration from this subcontinent? When did the British government encourage labor migration from this subcontinent? Option 1, before the World War I. Option 2, after the World War II. Option 3, during Second World War. Option 4, after the World War. So which will be the correct answer for question J? I think option 2, after the World War II is the correct answer. After World War II, British government encouraged labor migration from this subcontinent. Now question K. The largest Bangladeshi population outside London live in. The largest Bangladeshi population outside London live in Britain, Oldham, Manhattan, Brick Lane. So which is the correct answer? I think Oldham. The largest Bangladeshi population outside London live in Oldham. Now question L. According to the 2001 census, how many Bangladeshis lived in the UK? According to the 2001 census, how many Bangladeshis lived in the UK? And I think we have read the text thoroughly, and if we read the text thoroughly, then all these answers is very easy to us. And there are 4 options. Among them, I think option 3 is the correct answer. 2,83,063 people are now lived in the UK. Now question M. Initially, the significance of networking among the immigrants was felt. Initially, the significance of networking among the immigrants was felt. Number 1, option 1, useful. Option 2, ineffectual. Option 3, futile. And option 4, fruitless. So which will be the correct answer? I think useful is the correct answer. Initially, the significance of networking among the immigrants was felt useful. Now, question N. The best synonym of uphold means. What is the best synonym of uphold? Number 1, to defend or keep a principle or law. Number 2, to modify something. Number 3, to hold something tightly. Number 4, to remove the covering. So I think option 1 is the correct answer, to defend or keep a principle or law. So the best synonym of uphold is to defend or keep a principle or law. Question number O. The word detach in the 3rd paragraph refers to. The word detach in the 3rd paragraph refers to. So what is the meaning of detach? Okay, option 1, to make a place less attractive, to separate or remove something, to force somebody to stay, or to make a situation more complicated. So I think option 2 is the correct answer, to separate or remove something. Detach means to separate or remove something. Dear learners, here is the solution to question 1. I think those who are with my live class, they have already given their answer in their inbox, and now it's time to check the answer and whether it is correct or wrong. Please try to match your answer with this solution. For question A, option 3 is the correct answer, to describe different features of British Bangladeshis. For question B, option 2, great grandchildren is the correct answer. For question C, option 1, for setting up business and industry is the correct answer. For question D, option 2, reasonable labor is the correct answer. For question E, option 3, less than 3 lakh is the correct answer. For question F, option 3, dwelling places of British Bangladeshis For question G, option 4, all the options is the correct answer. For question H, option 3, first generation of migrants is the correct answer. For question I, option 4, Bangladeshi population lives only in London in the UK is the correct answer. For question J, option 2, after the World War II is the correct answer. Then question K, option 2, Oldham is correct answer. For question L, option 3, 2,83,063 is the correct answer. For question M, option 1, useful is the correct answer. For question N, option 1, to defend or keep a principle or law is correct answer. And for question O, option 2, to separate or remove something is the correct answer. So here is the solution to question 1, and I would like to request you to check it out whether it is correct or wrong. Now question 2, fill in the gaps with suitable words from the list. It is also called clause test with clues. Here are 12 clues. Among them you have to choose 10 clues. And I have set this question out of text, that is non-textual clause test with clues. Here are the clauses. Number 1, development, handed, government, executing, capable, gigantic, liability, densely, eradicated, community, solving, and ignorance. So these are the clues. Now you have to solve the questions with the help of these clues, and if any grammatical change is needed, you have to do that. So let's start. Illiteracy is undoubtedly a curse to a society. It acts as a root cause of gap A and frustrates all gap B. So which will be the correct answer for gap A? Here is the word ignorance. Ignorance is the correct answer for gap A. It acts as a root cause of ignorance and frustrates all dash efforts. So which will be the correct answer for gap B? I think development. Development is the correct answer for gap B, and frustrates all development efforts of the government and the community. Hence illiteracy should be dashed to succeed in dash development plan. So which will be the correct answer for gap C? Eradicated. Here is the word eradicated. So illiteracy should be eradicated to succeed in gap D. Which will be the correct answer for gap D? Executing is the correct answer. So I repeat the line. Illiteracy should be eradicated to succeed in executing development plan. Eradication of illiteracy in a dash a populated country like Bangladesh is undoubtedly a dash task. So which will be the correct answer for gap E? Here is the word densely. Densely is the correct answer. Eradication of illiteracy in a densely populated country like Bangladesh is undoubtedly dash a task. So here a word gigantic is the correct answer. Is in undoubtedly a gigantic task. So I repeat the line. Eradication of illiteracy in a densely populated country like Bangladesh is undoubtedly a gigantic task. No individual dash or organization, not even the government, is dash of solving this huge problem single dash. So there are 3 gaps in this line. So for gap G, I think community is the correct answer. For gap H, here capable is correct answer. Here is the word capable is the correct answer for gap H. And for gap I, handed is the correct answer. Here is the word handed is the correct answer for gap I. So I repeat the line. No individual community or organization, not even the government, is capable of solving this huge problem single-handed. that is একক হাতে কারো দ্বারাই এই সমস্যার সমাধান করা সম্ভব নয়। It is a dash social of all literate. It is a social dash of all literate. So which will be the correct answer for gap J? There is a word liability is the correct answer. So it is a social liability of all literate. It is a social liability of all literate. So here is the solution to question 2. Those who are with my live class and those who have already given their answer in the inbox, now please check it out whether it is right or wrong. For gap A, ignorance is the correct answer. For gap B, development is correct answer. For gap C, eradicated is correct answer. For gap D, executing is correct answer. For gap E, densely is correct answer. For gap F, gigantic is correct answer. For gap G, community is the correct answer. For gap H, capable is correct answer. For gap I, handed is the correct answer. And for gap J, liability is the correct answer. So here is the solution to question 2. Now, dear learners, here is question 3. Complete the following passage with suitable words. It is also called clause test without clues. And I have selected this text from out of text, that is non-textual passage, and you know that your half yearly exam is knocking at the door, and the exam will start on 17th February, and English exam will start on 20th February. So you have not enough time. Please read attentively and follow this question. For thousands of years, human beings had looked to the heavens and dreamed of walking on the moon. In 1969, as part of Apollo 11 mission, Neil Armstrong became the first person to dash that dream some minutes later by Aldrin. So which will be the correct answer for gap A? You can write accomplish. Accomplish. Neil Armstrong became the first person to accomplish that dream some minutes later by Aldrin. Their accomplishment gave people around the world the hope of future space dash. So which will be the correct answer for gap B? I think exploration is the correct answer. So I repeat the line, their accomplishment gave people around the world the hope of future space exploration. In fact, it was a dash that was so fantastic that there are still dash theorists who dash it could not be possible. So there are 3 gaps in this line. So I'll discuss it slowly. In fact, it was a dash. So which will be the correct answer? I think feat. In fact, it was a feat, F-E-A-T, that was so fantastic that there are still conspiracy theorists who dash it, who inspiring it could not be possible. But putting a man on the moon is perhaps man's most dash accomplishment. So which will be the for gap F, inspiring or insisting is the correct answer, and it opened the door to future space travel. Future space travel is the right answer, and led to a number of spin-off inventions including flame dash textile. So which will be the correct answer for gap H, resistant, including flame resistant textiles used by firefighters. Dash braces. So invisible. For gap I, invisible is the right answer. Invisible braces improved satellite dishes and better dash imaging, better medical imaging. So this is the clause test without clues. Now the solution to question 3. Here is the solution to question 3, and some students, those who have with me on my live class, please check it out. For gap A, accomplish is correct answer. For gap B, exploration is the correct answer. For gap C, feat is the correct answer. For gap D, Conspiracy is the correct answer for gap E. Insist is correct answer for gap F. Inspiring is correct answer for gap G. Travel is the correct answer for gap H. Resistant is the correct answer for gap I. Invisible is correct answer, and for gap J, medical is the correct answer. So this is the solution of question 3. Now answer the following question, that is called open-ended questions. I have made some short questions and I have made some answer with them, and this is a sample answer for you. You can write your answer according to your own English. So question A, how did the migration process start first? How did the migration process start first? Very important question, and the answer is migration from Bangladesh to Britain started in the 1930s and was predominantly a Sylheti phenomena. Men of this particular geographical area employed by the British ship companies first started the process of migration. The British ship companies first started the process of migration. Now question B, what type of labor did the British government need? What type of labor did the British government need? And the answer is after the World War II, due to labor shortages, British government encouraged labor migration from its former colonies. The post-war British economy demanded cheap and plentiful labor. The post-war British economy demanded cheap and plentiful labor. They need a lot of laborers in a very cheap rate. Now question C, why was maximum new labor taken from Sylhet? Why are they from Sylhet? And the answer is maximum new labor was taken from Sylhet since Sylhetis had already forged a strong link with the UK. Sylhetis had already forged a strong link with the UK. Now question D, how did the Sylhetis help one another in the migration process? How did the Sylhetis help one another in the migration process? And the answer is the Sylhetis based in the UK helped one another to integrate into the new society by providing credit, arranging documents, and gradually spreading the network. Thus, they helped one another in the migration process. The question E, when did the sudden increase of British Bangladeshis occur? When did the sudden increase of British Bangladeshis occur? And the answer is the sudden increase of British Bangladeshis occurred in the 1950s. In the 1950s. Now question F, why did the urban upper and middle class Bangladeshis migrate to the UK? Why did the urban upper and middle class Bangladeshis migrate to the UK? And the answer is the urban upper and middle class Bangladeshis migrated to the UK before the World War II for higher education and to be settled there. Now question G, what religion do the maximum British Bangladeshis belong to? What religion? The maximum British Bangladeshis belong to the Islamic religion. Now question H, where is the largest Bangladeshi population located outside London? Where is the largest Bangladeshi population located outside London? And the answer is the largest Bangladeshi population outside London is located in Oldham, and others are scattered across Birmingham, Luton and Bradford. And you know that you can answer this question from the text. If you read the text carefully, then you can answer all these questions. Now question I, how is the relationship of the British Bangladeshis with their homeland? How is the relationship of the British Bangladeshis with their homeland? And the answer is British Bangladeshis are not completely detached from their homeland. They have a strong tie with their country. Now question J, how are the British Bangladeshis linked with their country? How are the British Bangladeshis linked with their country? And the answer is, in the era of globalization and social networking, like other diaspora communities, British Bangladeshis are also linked to their country of origin by phone, mail, internet and television. So these are the media through which British Bangladeshis are linked with their country. Now question K, what does the technological advancement do for the migrant communities? What does the technological advancement? And the answer is, with the help of technological advancement, communication of news is rapid and sustained, which gives migrant communities a sense of belonging to multiple homes. A sense of belonging to multiple homes. Now question L. How do Bangladeshi migrants in Britain connect with their country at this time? How do Bangladeshi migrants in Britain connect with their country home? And the answer is, in the era of globalization and social networking, like other diaspora communities, Bangladeshi migrants in Britain connect with their country of origin at this time by phone, mail, internet and television. Now question M, how many Bangladeshis live in the UK and mostly where? And the answer is, as per the 2001 census, a total of 2,83,063 Bangladeshis live in the UK, and which is 0.5% of the total population. And in Britain they live mostly in Greater London, and it is a fantastic news for Bangladeshis because they have built a strong community in the UK. And how do the second and the third generation Bangladeshis like to be treated? Very important question. How do the second and the third generation Bangladeshis like to be treated? And the answer is, the British Bangladeshis are mostly Muslims. Studies reveal that the second and the third generation of Bangladeshis like to be treated as Muslims, and so they uphold their Muslim identity rather than their identity as the Bangladeshis. So now it's time to go, dear students. Thank you for staying with me. I think you have learned a lot today. I have studied Unit 9 Lesson 4, some vocabulary, some class test with clues, without clues. I have discussed a lot of questions, and I know that your exam is now knocking at the door, and on 20th February English exam will be held. And you have already got the syllabus from Unit 9, from Unit 1 to Unit 10, Lesson 1. I repeat, from Unit 1 to Unit 10, Lesson 1 is your syllabus, and there will be MCQ type of questions on 20 marks. There will be a summary writing 10 marks, a flowchart writing 10 marks, and class test without clue 10 marks. So this is the 50 marks distribution, and I wish you all the best. Thank you. Allah Hafiz.